Tucker Carlson, a few weeks back, brings on a guy I've never heard of before, Daryl Cooper, I think, and he introduces him as this incredible historian, and to me he sounded like a moron. And what I'm asking you is, how does a moron get away with saying that Churchill was the villain of World War II, Churchill wanted war? When, like, is there anybody who doesn't know or could easily find out that Churchill was not in power when Britain signed a treaty with Poland, and Churchill was not in power when Britain declared war? Churchill had spent the whole previous 10 years before 1939 trying to avoid and warning people. Basically, what I'm saying is, this is not rocket science. It's like really easy to discover that Churchill did everything possible to make a war less likely and a German victory unlikely. How does this? How do many people listen to this? What's happened? Like, why are people vulnerable to this sort of manure?
This is something that progressives have taught, and that is that labels are everything and content is not. They look for labels, and it's got to be the right label. So it's not based on what you know or what you believe. It's based on whether you agree with them. And if you agree with them, then they'll credential you. And this goes back, this is part of the progressive stuff where that America didn't have a PhD program to speak of until the progressives got it and brought it in. And thank you, America. We're the ones, I mean, even in Mein Kampf, Hitler credits the American progressives with giving him the ideas on eugenics, going back to Woodrow Wilson and others that he learned. You know, the whole thing is crazy. The record of progressives is so bad, and yet they have the cleanest record among themselves. If you go to university, you'll think progressives hung the moon. They did everything. They hung the sun and the moon. And yet they're responsible for tens of millions of lost lives, and therefore they credential these nonsensical guys that talk about how Churchill, you know. And it's just, as you said, anybody who knows to go look something up. But this is the thing with progressives, they never challenge you on sources.